shipwreck in the dark, far from the harbor, far from the start. In a storm, lost my sails, I lost all direction.
This weekend we're going camping and I am so excited. I look forward to this every year. Florida's camping season truly is mainly in winter time because that's when it's the most pleasant. There aren't as many mosquitoes out. The weather is more favorable. So I'm very thankful. The forecast is looking amazing. We typically go camping in January or February, and it's such a toss-up because it could be 70, 75 degrees, or it could be 30, 40 degrees, which later in the week, it's gonna get down into the 30s again. But this weekend, we are sitting at around 75 degrees. So very, very thankful for that. We're gonna be staying at Anastasia State Park, which we've camped at one time before and we loved it. You have the sites near the beach, but it's in like a more wooded, foresty area, and the beach is walkable, which is ideal, an ideal situation. Typically we go camping with our friends, but they aren't able to make it this year. So my dad is coming with us, as well as our son, our 1.5-year-old, and our dog. So it's gonna be a party. We have quite the crew going. This is actually our dog's, well, our son's and our dog's first time camping. So we're hopeful everything will go smoothly with the sleeping and everything. But you know, you kind of have to go into it with camping that you might not get the best night's sleep, but it's all part of the adventure. And we're just going for one night. So we can always come home, shower, take a nap if we need to. But today I'm going to do the prepping, mainly the food prep. We have a little pile going of just miscellaneous things I definitely want to bring, but I always try to be as minimal as possible. I feel like that's the most helpful with camping. But I have some things on the menu I want to prep, including some skewers for dinner. And then I'm a little unsure if this will turn out, but I'm going to try to do campfire skillet cinnamon rolls. I mean, that just sounds phenomenal. And I've seen really cute pictures on Pinterest of people making cinnamon rolls over a fire. So we'll see if it'll come into fruition. I'm hopeful, but that's the plan. The tent situation is what I'm most unsure about too, because my dad's gonna bring this tent that we've had for a decade. I used it for a camping birthday party I did 10 years ago, and we haven't used it since then, which is a shame. But the thing about it is it is huge. It is a very big tent, so it's pretty tricky to just like carry, and the setup of it isn't too complicated, but it's just bulky. Bulky is the best word for it. But hopefully we'll be able to utilize that because that'll be the most room for all of us to kind of have our spot and situation. And we're bringing a whole pack and play for our son to sleep in. So there are some logistics I'm unsure about, but that's part of the adventure. Maybe a little challenge, a little curveballs, but hopefully not too many curveballs. And when I say I'm gonna pack as minimally as possible, that definitely includes my rechargeable lamps, naturally. I'm setting out what I wanna wear, and I think I'll pretty much just wear the same outfit the whole time. I'm gonna bring a pair of shorts and pants because the weather will vary from toasty to kind of chilly at night. Have my boots. I'll probably bring thick socks and thin socks, and then this cute set with shorts, crew neck, and then I'm gonna bring my veggie pants as my pant option. I just love these pants so much. They make me happy. And then I'll bring this t-shirt, sports bra under it, and then I also have this scarf, which is essentially like a blanket. It is a ginormous scarf that I've had for many years. And I'm pretty sure I've worn that camping the past few years. So it's a tradition to wear this scarf, which I think it like has some stains from the fire, but that's okay. It adds character.
I didn't know love till you found me. I didn't know love till you set me free. Didn't know love
prep begin, I have made the decision that we are gonna pre-cook our kebabs because every year I feel like we're feeling so iffy about the raw meat and it takes a long time, which again, that's part of camping, is the challenge of cooking over an open fire. But I just want to set us up for success, and breakfast we're going to be cooking from scratch on the campfire. So I'm going to simplify dinner because our check-in at the campground or the campsite is 3 p.m. and sunset is still quite early, like around 5:45. So that doesn't give us a whole lot of time, and I want to have dinner ready for our son and just, again, set us up for success. So I'm preparing the wooden kebabs. It's helpful to soak them in water for an hour before you make your kebabs so that the wood doesn't burn. It's less likely to burn. So I'm doing that, and then I'm gonna prep and cut our veggies. We have peppers and onions, and I'm gonna go grab some herbs from the garden because I wanna do a little marinade, and I'll just have that soak in a Ziploc bag. I'm nervous about putting these in a Ziploc bag with the little pokiness though. Like, will it rip through? Maybe I'll wrap it in parchment paper and then put it in the Ziploc bag. And then it'll just be ready to go after I bake them in the oven. And we'll just like char them up and warm them up over the fire. I've decided I'm gonna chop everything and then put it in this big bowl, marinate it, let that sit for a few hours, and then I'll roast it in the oven when I cook our dinner tonight.
Time undivided moves in circles, trapped like a wave in a tidal pool. Waves upon waves, the horizon in view, but out of reach. I've been saying that something needs to change. I've been saying that someday I'll change. Undefeated flows like water pulled by the moon. The froth and the brine rise up and touch my skin. I've been saying that something needs to change. I've been wallowing in my own skin.
Okay, change of plans. I decided to pre-bake the cinnamon rolls because I got a little spooked out of baking them or trying to cook them over the open fire in a cast iron skillet. The probability of them turning out yummy, I feel like, was very low, and I just picture us like burning the bottoms. If I were willing to bring my whole Dutch oven and cook the cinnamon rolls in the Dutch oven over the fire, I think that could work out nicely, but again, trying to simplify a bit. So I'm baking them now, and we'll just warm them up in the skillet and get them nice and toasty. I'm gonna underbake them just a tiny bit because that way, you know, they can hopefully just like get a little more toasty over the fire. And then I made the frosting. It's in a cute little jar. I made it nice and thick, so it's looking a little clumpy, but I did taste test it and it is phenomenal. We did have a little snafu and I cracked my phone screen, unfortunately. I was outside and it just fell on the sidewalk and cracked. So honestly, the amount of times I dropped my phone and it hasn't cracked is pretty remarkable. So I'm thankful. I've had this phone for 3 or 4 years, so it's been a while, but I have to figure out how to get that fixed. But thankfully I can still see the screen and operate the phone mostly. It's like hurting my head a little bit when I'm trying to read stuff, but overall not a big deal. And honestly, I'm already like wanting to spend less time on my phone because it hurts my eyes, so maybe it's a blessing in disguise. But anywho, I'm feeling pretty organized for our camping adventure. The next thing we have to do is just get some rest before we wake up and hit the road. Oh me, oh my, I just want to dive into this pan. Wow. We have made it to our campsite. We are staying in Loop C Bean, very cute, the C Bean Loop, and we're at campsite number 8, and we already have a snafu just like that. So this tent we've had for so long, we've kept it at my dad's house, and he can't find the rope and stakes. That's pretty crucial to the setup for the bell tent. So he took a little field trip to Home Depot to grab a roll of rope, and hopefully that'll do the trick, but if not, I'm not sure. Stay tuned. Palmer, how do you feel about camping for the first time? Are you excited or unsure? He just keeps sniffing everything. What do you think? It's your first camping trip. Are you apprehensive? I'm gonna try to get our baby a nature nap while we set up the tent. Ready to go night-night? We'll see, this might be delusional, but I'm gonna try because it'd be great if we could get some rest. About an hour later, we made it happen. Way to go. Cute little camping pack with some goodies, a cordless lamp, and then our friend Emily gave this to our son for Christmas. It's so perfect for this, for normal everyday life, but I just had to bring it for this occasion.
Like the book too.
Yeah, in this book from our friend Summer. So cute. Right by our campsite, there's this creek bed. I wonder if this fills up when we have hurricanes or heavy rain. It's kind of fun. It's like a little path right by our campsite. We told my dad he could go in our tent, but he brought his own personal tent, and the size difference is making me giggle.
We find ourselves starting from scratch. Brick by
It's a beautiful fire. I didn't bring any barbecue sauce, so we're kind of camping.
For a snack. The brush is thick. All I'm asking now, don't give up on love. Don't give up. Don't give up on love. I know that you're tired, my love, but please don't go.
Night routine at the campsite. We're getting our teeth brushed. We just saw a raccoon, so we've pretty much cleared out our whole table and everything, the trash. We're storing it all in the car to keep it safe from the raccoon, and mainly keep the raccoon safe from eating things it's not supposed to. Palmer doesn't know what to do with himself.
Sometimes love is a river running strong, moving like a wave through a rocky riverbed. Sometimes love is a dancer in the dark, spinning, laughing, twirling through the back door of your heart. And every time I think of you, well, something happens in my mind. And every time I try to leave, you're keeping me occupied. I'm losing track of time. Losing track of time. Sometimes love is a thought we held too long. Sometimes it's
Goodness.
alright just to be a little wrong, with no sense of consequence, the strength to carry on. The day breaks in the darkest place, right before the dawn. So if you ever lie awake with situations in your mind, and you try to sleep it off, but night keeps on passing by, you're losing track of time. Losing track of time. Sometimes love is a reason to hold on, blowing like a hurricane right inside me and you.
The cinnamon rolls are really yummy, but the bottoms did in fact get burnt, even just warming them up. So I'm very thankful I did a par bake. Good morning from the campsite. We all slept relatively well, all things considered. I would say I woke up 4 or 5 times, but I was able to get back to sleep. I was a little chilly, which I should have just brought longer pants, but I'm very, very thankful that we didn't have freezing temperatures that we've had in past camping trips. So overall, we feel rejuvenated and refreshed, and breakfast was phenomenal. It was so, so good. The cinnamon rolls came out a little iffy, a little burnt at the end, but still delicious.
And the bottom.
And the bottom, yeah. And having an air mattress is really nice, but when you're sleeping with someone on an air mattress, you feel every single movement. So it is what it is. But it's funny because it reminded me of in college, my last semester.
Wells, let's leave that there, please.
He's trying to clean it. We're starting to clean up, and our son's like trying to pitch in. But I leased an apartment, and I thought it was furnished because most of the college apartments were furnished, but it wasn't. So I roll up and there's no bed or anything. So I ended up sleeping on an air mattress for the whole semester. But the trick was having a foam mattress pad on top. That made all the difference. But brought back memories, and it's you know, you get used to it. But I know we'll all sleep phenomenally tonight at our homes, and I can't believe it's already time to pack up. Too quick. I think Palmer is the most apprehensive about camping. He likes his creature comforts. The tent is now hanging from an actual thread. Oh my goodness. A whole bathroom facility at the sites too, so that's handy if you want to shower and use an actual physical toilet. And just like that, we're pretty much all packed up. Just got to get a couple more things, including Mr. Palmer. He's just hanging out by the tree over there. But I like this site number 8 at Sea Bean Loop. It's pretty secluded. There's nothing on that side. There is a site right there next door, but other than that, I mean, they were great neighbors, but it's a nice spot. post-camping shower. I'm feeling refreshed. It was such a fun little adventure. I'm so thankful we were able to do that. Very thankful for some warmer weather too, because again, we've experienced some really cold camping. So thankful we were able to do that again. It's just adventure. Of course, it's a ton of effort to get everything set up the whole tent, set up all the food, especially with a little one. That adds a whole other level of effort and makes it significantly more tedious, I guess you could say, but it also makes it significantly more special. And we're just loving these memories together, and I know I'll think back on them for the rest of my life. So yes, it definitely is not easy peasy traveling in general, but then camping with a toddler, a 1.5-year-old, not the easiest thing, but it honestly went really well overall. I mean, it's just, yeah, takes up that energy, but that's exactly how I want to spend my energy. So that's the perspective. But again, thank you so much for watching. I would say that cooking the food beforehand was a very wise move. We just had to warm everything up, put a little campfire char on it, and that took it to the next level. But it was really nice kind of having everything pre-cooked for the most part. That was a key learning this time that we'll probably do the rest of our times camping. But thanks for watching. I'm excited to see you next. Bye.
I didn't know